Sonic Forces is the most boring Sonic game. It's really sad to say that the last actual original Sonic game we've had was Sonic Colors, like 7 years ago. And that's not to say that, oh, it's just because it didn't have Green Hill. If you look at Sonic Lost World, that didn't have Green Hill either, but it had a Green Hill type level. It's like saying how Sonic 4 didn't have Green Hill, but it had Splash Hill. It's basically the same thing. Also, it amazes me how they actually went a step backwards in controls. In Sonic Generations, Sonic Colors, they had heavy platforming sections, which weren't a problem because boom, you jump, you get on the platform, boom, you go, keep up the fast pace. In Sonic Forces, there are many times where you think you're gonna make a jump, but you don't because Sonic has like 50 tons weighed to his shoes. In Classic Sonic, how do you even do bad with Classic Sonic? It's just Sonic in 3D space. In Sonic Generations, it wasn't perfect like the classics, but you still got momentum. You go up hills. There are times in Sonic Forces where you go down giant slopes and you don't have enough momentum to move up. Classic Sonic's about momentum and 2D platforming, and you don't even got momentum. You barely got platforming. It's barely anything. And what's up with all these rings in every single level? You don't get lives. You don't get anything. You don't have a shop to buy some stuff. There's just rings for the sake of having rings. Do we even need to really talk about the custom character? It's just modern Sonic, but without the boost, so he's really sluggish, and it really points out how unresponsive and how slippery and stiff that this character actually is. You can use some Wispons, like the lightning and the fire, but then if you want to use the one that stops your gameplay, you can go and use the cube, where you have to stop mid-place and smash the button and smash it again to defeat the enemies. There's no point. You'll find one Wispon to use throughout the whole game and you'll never use it again. Occasionally you'll get these tag team stages where you play as Sonic and your custom hero, but they don't amount to much. It's just the same exact thing, but now you can do a boost also, or now if you're Sonic you can also do a grappling hook thing. Makes no sense, and occasionally you come up to these things where you gotta do a double boost, where you press the Y button really fast, and then you do a boost and you break through all the enemies. And then if you don't do it, you just waggle around for a little, then you do it anyway. And what's up with the enemies? The enemies, they don't attack you. They're literally just there for Sonic to boost through and fly in the screen to make it look really cool. And what's up with the boost? The boost has so much lines and has such moving momentum now that you can't see what's going on. It's so distracting. Also, Sonic Mania had some of the best boss fights in any Sonic game ever. And then you go to Sonic Forces, it has the most generic Sonic boss fights. Now, not to say that Sonic Mania didn't redo some boss fights, but it did enough different to make it different. They don't even try to do different stuff. It's just modern Sonic running in a long hallway that's endless to hit the bad guy a few times. Or you move back and forth on a 2D plane to eventually hit the bad guy a few times. It's very stupid and unoriginal. It doesn't seem like a lot of thought was put into it at all. Now let's move on to graphics, because these graphics don't look any better than the Xbox 360 game. Sonic Generations looks better than this. It could have something to do with the artistic style, where Sonic Generations is very bright and colorful in multiple stages. Like, look at Seaside Hill. Jesus Christ, this is beautiful. But then you go to something like Sunset Heights, and it's just destroyed in despair, and it's all dark and saturated. Even the brighter levels, they're supposed to be like Casino Forest, are just disgusting and dull to look at. The worst one is Metropolis Zone. It's just white and disgusting, and it's unappealing to look at. It just makes the whole game feel very, like not enough effort went into it. And Sonic games are usually known for having an amazing soundtrack, but this Sonic game, I only remember like a few songs. Sunset Heights is kinda cool, but that's all you get. And every custom character level just has this cheesy pop music in the background that is very distracting and doesn't fit in with the game at all.
The sun is falling in the sky beyond. Light is fading from my world.
Classic Sonic, it's probably the worst music ever. It's just disgusting. They're trying to make it sound classic and chiptune, but in Sonic Generations they did that and it sounded great. So what did they even do? How did this happen? I actually really like Fist Bump though. Fist Bump's pretty awesome, but that's about it. Oh shit! I almost forgot. Level design, like the most important thing in any video game ever. Sonic Forces doesn't seem to care about it. Modern Sonic stages just consist of going through a straight line, and occasionally you get these really cool set pieces, like Sonic going through space and stuff, a lot like SA2, but as soon as the level starts, it ends. All the levels are only like a minute and a half long. Classic Sonic's levels are barely even platform stages. They seem to have multiple paths, but They're just unfun to play with in the custom character level. You can't even access all the Wispins at every time. You gotta manually go back in the stage and re-get a new Wispin so you can go get a red ring to unlock more boring stages that have nothing good to do in them. You go from Sonic Generations then to this, and Sonic Generations has such amazing level design, and you go to this. It's just very disappointing. I didn't even talk about the story yet. The story is so abysmal, it's barely there. Infinite's like the worst character in all of Sonic ever. I don't even know why people like him. It's so out of place, and it's so many plot holes exist in the plot, it doesn't even matter. It's just there. There's nothing good to it. If you want to know more of my thoughts on it, go look at my video that me and my friend Nolan did. It's very good. It's like an hour discussion. We just discussed the story only. That's really all we did. Sonic Forces is a very I'm sorry. Sonic Forces is a very fundamentally flawed game. No matter how you look at it, it's very disappointed. The original trailer that they played at the Sonic fan event was amazing. It looked awesome. Everything we wanted in a new Sonic game. But what we got is this.
You're so gonna regret that. Hedgehogs don't make good snacks.
I don't recommend Sonic Forces. It's not a good game. Don't get it. Don't be stupid like me and give Sega money. Show them that we just want Sonic Mania 2. That's it. Goodbye. Buddy. Sonic's just leaving them. Where's he going? I'll never wash this hand.